Hey guys, episode 2 of the baby blue AMC Eagle, hauled it home, and in this episode we get it running, fix the wheel hub, take it for a spin. Follow along guys, it's going to be a good one. Thanks. Got my buddy Nick over here. We're getting this old Eagle unloaded off the trailer. Put a little air in the tire. This one was flat for a couple of years. We got it on the spindle here. It's missing the bearing hub, but we got the forklift here, electric forklift here to help get it off the trailer. Forklift tines aren't long enough to get underneath the frame here because we're not all the way back, so we're going to try to drive it forward here just a couple feet. Use a little gas and a little oil mix. This is like a 100-to-1 mix. I'm going to fill the, I think this is like a quadra junk. To got to fill the bowl through those two holes in the front here, right here. Let's see if I can get it in there. Well, if anything, it's going to have a little fuel in the carb to start it. Okay, let's blow the thing up. Hooking up the jump pack. Okay, where's my fire extinguisher? All right, I'll try pulling ahead a few feet. Eagle power. All right. Hold it here.
Right there. Go up.
Very tight. Is that under the?
It's underneath the front cradle.
Oh, yeah. This will lift 3,500. So what we're going to do now is just lift the car off the trailer and drive ahead. All right, go for it. Hey guys, it's been about 5 days since I brought the Eagle home. I went online and ordered the parts I needed here to fix this. When I bought it from the guy, here I'll show you this, I'll spin the camera. This is the way I got it. It's been sitting kind of in the dirt for a while. The caliper's here, but it's missing the bearing. Got this bearing off of eBay. I got the rotor, and I got a CV axle that was missing. Actually, I got it, but it was in pieces, so I bought a new one here. Little grass action. This brake caliper has been sitting in the mud, so clean that out. I think the brake line's shot anyway, so we'll pull that off. All right, jump pack engaged. Pumping 11.9 volts. Let's see if it'll fire. We just put in 4 gallons of fuel. Let's see if it'll start. What do we got for fuel? Does the gas gauge work? Well, the fuel gauge is not moving. I think we got a fuel pump problem, but keep it running. better check fuel delivery. I think there's a, we'll check it at the pump, but now the gauge is running up here. We got, well, maybe just under a quarter here. Sending unit's functional. Well, so since it didn't come with a battery, I bought this about a month ago. There's a local salvage yard that will sell batteries for 25 bucks a battery, and they're takeouts, and perfect for something like this, because batteries, even at Walmart for a big battery like this, is probably 100, 130 bucks now, maybe for the cheap Never Start. So this is a super starter, which we'll see if it even has a charge in it, but it looks like it fits in here. It's a pretty big battery tray for a little car with a 6-cylinder, and I'll get her hooked up here. Got the positive terminal right here, the negative, plenty of length here. I'm gonna clean these off and get that bolted down. One of these old cheapy terminal cleaners here. I like to clean the terminals on the battery, a little wire wheel. All right, tighten the battery down. Let's check that oil. It's not, there's no fuel in it that I can smell. It's about 3/4 away on the dipstick. No frothy water in there. I've been cranking on it with my jump pack, and I have no fuel coming up to the carburetor here, so I'm gonna check out the fuel pump delivery if we're getting anything from a mechanical fuel pump down in here. Where is the pump? So that's the mechanical fuel pump right here. The line runs up here. I'm gonna pull it off right at the filter, either side. We're gonna see if it's got any fuel coming up this far. Got the air cleaner off. I'm gonna cut this line right here. It's pretty cracked up and ready to break anyway, so that's the line we're gonna cut with the hose cutter here. Not to get gas in my eyeballs. Let's check this out. Nothing up here. Bone dry. Well, that's why we'll only run off of spraying the carb, because there's no fuel coming out of this thing at all. I'm gonna crank on it and see if anything comes out. All right, hooked up the handy dandy remote starter switch here. That way I got the key off, and I can, I've just jumped it right here on the, it's got a Ford type solenoid up on the fender well here, which is kind of handy for, so you don't got to get down on the starter. We got nothing coming out here. I'm guessing that fuel pump is shot, or the gas tank could be, the filter in the tank could be bad. I've heard sometimes a guy can put some pressure in the gas filler neck, but there's also a gas tank vent. I was thinking about trying to pressurize fuel to get it up into that pump, since it hasn't been pumping for a few years. Pull this fuel line off the fuel pump. Had a little clamp on it. I'm just gonna see if I can blow into the tank and hear anything. Can feel bubbles. I can hear it in the tank. Well, don't do this at home. Yeah, I got a mouthful. That's got to be good for you. Well, I sucked the fuel all the way up to the hose here. Got it hooked on the fuel pump, but it will not pump fuel. I'll have to check that pump out, I think. All right, let's try something. I got a couple fuel pumps off of Amazon a while back. I use those for pumping oil, fuel, whatever. And then I got a little jumper wire here. I'm gonna clamp on. Okay. We got fuel right here. Now, I still have the mechanical pump on. I'm gonna try to force feed fuel into the mechanical pump and see if it comes out here. Maybe it's got a crank to get that pump going. There it is. Oh, and it's still pumping. Okay, let's unhook that. So now that we got it primed, now that we have it primed over here, I'm gonna remove this mechanical pump. Take this guy back off, just for fun. Okay, hook the fuel line back onto the fuel pump down here and crank on it. Oh yeah, now it's working. It just needed to be primed, I think. So I gotta just fix this little hose right here and hook that back up, and then it should be working. Now remember, the key is off, so this is not gonna start or backfire. I just wanna see if I'm getting any fuel up here. There we go. You can see it in there. I'm running the accelerator. I'm running the accelerator pump there just to see when the fuel was kind of coming into the carburetor. Now watch when I pump this. See the fuel squirting in? She's plenty primed now. So let's get this put back together.
All right. I'd like to get everything put back together before I crank on it so she doesn't have a spot to get the old wolf out of here. There we are.
All right, I think we're ready to crank on it with the key. Actually, I'll turn the key on. And I'll start it from out here. Here we go. Make sure the cord doesn't get in the fan motor here, or the fan itself. Remove some tools here. All right, first crank. New battery in it, got the fuel up through the fuel pump. I can run the throttle here. Here we go. Here, 2 pumps here. 3, there we go. Wow. Runs great. I'm holding the choke shut right here. She's a runner, guys. Man, does that run nice. Let's see what she got for oil pressure here. Is there any smoke coming out the back? Nothing. It doesn't even smell like fuel back there. What was I reading on the gauge here? 60 pounds? Holy smokes. Yeah. Just got a little bit of fuel in it. I put that to get with a gas can the other day. Missing a bit now. Developed a little bit of a miss. I'm going to change oil on it, guys, before I run it too much. Get some oil in this, brand new oil in it. That's great. No ticks, no knocks. It's right on, 800 bucks, $25 battery. She's a runner. Been running about 3 minutes here. It's starting to run really smooth here. I gotta check coolant here. Oh, is that good? Nice and green, and full. It's not flowing yet, probably because the thermostat's not open yet. Wow, this thing runs good. Huh. Time to put a wheel on and take it out for a rip.
Just for a rip on your butt. Just for a rip.
Well, I want to take the beast for a little spin around the yard, but I've got a bad valve stem here. I need to put this guy in. Hey, well, I found a Jeep wheel back in my pile of wheels outside. I believe it's the same bolt pattern. So we're going to try that. Get this thing just out of the shop, maybe for a little drive. Let's see. By golly, it'll fit. Yeah, it even says Jeep on it, so it's a bonus. Runs pretty good for an 85. I think we got to do some work on the frame down here. Take a look down here. Oh, it's just the tire rubbing on my spare oversized Jeep wheel and tire rubbing on the mud flap there. Well, guys, that was pretty fun. Got the engine running, got the fuel to come up from the tank up to the carburetor, fix this hub and the brake assembly. I got those parts off eBay. I've got a Jeep wheel on here for now just so I could drive it. I gotta get a couple more, new tires put on this thing. I'd like to go a little bit bigger, but a little taller on the tires. I just gotta find out if there's I think a spring, you can get a lift kit kind of for a spring for the front, and I don't know what they do in the back, maybe an add a leaf. But anyway, just looking at how I can put a little bigger tire on this thing to make it look good. It should be a fun little project around here. Now I'm gonna change the oil, clean the interior out, and then look on fixing the frame over here on the driver's side. It's kind of rotted right there. Follow along, guys. It's gonna be a fun one. Thanks.